Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today it's tip on heat embossing. So we got the PAL, well we used to call it the PAL, powder PAL. Now they call it Embossing Additional Tool Kit. Okay, so you get the embossing buddy, you get a brush, and you get those tweezers. The tweezer is the reverse tweezer. Now let me share the beauty of this here. See, you get the thing so it can keep in there. So let me first share a few basic tips. The embossing buddy, this is amazing for two reasons. If you're in a climate that is very humid, it's a chance that your cardstock gonna absorb extra powder that you don't want. This will take care of it. If you're in a climate that it's very dry, that means it gets static, then you get the same effect. You get some powder that stick where it shouldn't stick. So the embossing buddy will be amazing for that. And it's kind of a powder in it. So when you use it, I wanted to make sure to use black, so you see it kind of leaves. See, don't worry if you get that powder, okay? Now I'm going to pass it on the white also. So that's the beauty of the embossing buddy. It's going to stop a lot of the powder to stick where you didn't want it to stick. Put it that way. Now we're going to stamp with a Versamark to emboss. Before I do that, I keep my white in just a plastic container because I use a lot. I'm in the south. That means we get a lot of humidity. Even with the air conditioner in the house, it's still quite a bit of humidity, I guess. I never had that problem when I live in California and when I live in Wyoming because it was dry. So with that being said, now in the south, at time I was getting chunk of embossing powder that would get stuck together. And I was like, what the heck is up with that? Well, it's the humidity that would get chunk of it, just like in your flour and so on. Well, find the solution. Here we go. The silica gel little pack. You get that sometime when you buy shoes, when you buy clothes, when in your vitamins pack. They put that in so many things. You can order the pack also on Amazon. But just look at in your vitamin pack, or like pay attention when you order product. A lot of time you get that and it's a throw away, do not eat. No, do not eat that, but put it inside your embossing powder, and that's going to take care of all those chunks. I don't have no more chunks since I started that. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to emboss with what color I get here. I don't want to do black on black, right? I'm going to emboss with copper on black. So what I'm going to do with that, I already put the powder, the embossing buddy there. Over here in my container, again, depending if the climate you're in, if you're in a dry place, then you get the static, it want to poof all around. Or if you're where it's humid, or maybe you wash your pan, whatever, it's kind of maybe wet a little bit, use your embossing buddy in here, and that's going to make it so much easier just to slide down. So go ahead, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put my just a note right here. And now we're going to go ahead and use the powder. I'm going to move that aside. And I will emboss. So the trick to emboss, when it starts to get shiny, move it. Don't hold it more. It's going to do more miracles. You're going to see when it starts melting. See, boom. Voila. Now let's say you add a little piece. So I got a little, we're going to come back to this. I got a little piece here. I got a happy birthday. So first let's remove this. So now you're going to just unscrew this. Take your little container here and then take your brush. And your brush to come very handy for on the paper. Sometimes you get place that it grab even with the embossing buddy. So you take your brush. But see? Now, voila. Okay, I'm one that cannot stand the little dots on my disc. Meaning that powder, it make my teeth, it's almost like, you know, when somebody used their nail on a blackboard. No, give me the, oh, I got the goosebumps. So I want to make sure I don't have no more. So I just take my rag, et voila. Now, we're gonna, oops, I still have some there. Okay, I'm going to do the happy birthday here. And you see, it's a little bit smaller there. Oops. Make sure it's nothing. So that's when your, let me think, tweezer come in handy. So we're going to go ahead, use black powder. I just flip it. Here we go. See, I didn't use the embossing buddy, and see, I had humidity in the house. So that's okay. That's when you want to take your brush and you can brush it also. But that was a perfect example of the humidity here. And even sometimes it's not humid, maybe your hand was moist or you had lotion on your hand. That's the worst thing for crafter, lotion on their hand. Now you're going to take your tweezer, hold it there, and that is very handy so you don't burn your fingers. So again, you're going to start seeing it get shiny. That means it's time to move it. Et voila. How simple is that? Now, if you're wondering about the white, it's still the same thing even if I keep it in there. What I like about that, because it's a color that I use a lot. Here we go. I'm going to put that there. I like to go right in here. See? Poof. And then, but I don't want to have a container, a big container for all my color. I just done that with the clear and the white. That's the one I use the most. And the harder the gun is, the tool, Heat tool, if you've been doing it for a few, see, it go way faster. Now, if you're wondering, what now with this paper look kind of, look at all the powder, right? Just take a rag. Make sure this is dry, because sometimes if you touch it too early when it's hot, it's still like soft and you're going to smear it. So make sure it's dry. Oh, I didn't have any at the bottom there. I didn't melt it. Et voila. See, now you got it perfectly black. So that is it for my tips of the day. So the tray, the tweezer, and then the embossing buddy and the brush, that is new. It is on page 49 of the holiday catalog right here. So you get all four. You cannot buy them separately, I'm sorry. It come all in a kit, okay? So that's about it, my friend. But here's my tip for heat embossing. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Bye-bye for now.